In 2027, you will not be able to trust your eyes anymore. 90% of videos, photos, articles, and voices you encounter will be created by artificial intelligence. Truth will become the rarest luxury in the world, and almost nobody is preparing for this. We are in November 2025. There are approximately 450 days until this threshold is crossed. Right now, between 40 and 50% of online content is already AI generated. By the end of 2026, that number will reach 70%. By mid-2027, we cross 90%. This is not speculation. Bernard Marr, one of the world's leading technology forecasters writing for Forbes, predicts that by 2026, as much as 90% of online content will be synthetically generated. Gartner forecasts that by 2028, over 50% of enterprises will deploy AI security platforms specifically to combat synthetic media threats. Stanford's Human-Centered Artificial Intelligence Institute warns that AI skepticism and synthetic media risks represent one of the three critical challenges facing society. Let me show you exactly how we got here, what happens when we cross the 90% threshold, and most importantly, how you will distinguish truth from fiction. The foundation of this crisis rests on four technological breakthroughs that matured simultaneously between 2023 and 2025. First, video deepfakes have become indistinguishable from reality. OpenAI's Sora 2 generates photorealistic videos for approximately $5. Google's Veo 3 produces 8-second clips with synchronized audio that professional forensic analysts struggle to identify as synthetic. Lighting refracts correctly. Shadows fall precisely where physics demands. Micro-expressions occur at exact millisecond intervals observed in genuine human emotion. In March 2025, a video circulated showing a European head of state announcing emergency military mobilization. 14 million people viewed it within 6 hours. It was completely fabricated, created in 90 minutes with a budget under $100. Market panic erased $340 billion in equity value before verification teams confirmed it was synthetic. Second, voice cloning has achieved perfect fidelity. 11 Labs, Replica, and others can replicate any human voice with a 30-second audio sample. The clone is acoustically indistinguishable from the original. Prosody, intonation, emotional cadence, breathing patterns, even subtle accent variations are captured flawlessly. In August 2025, a Fortune 500 CEO received a call from his CFO's cloned voice, requesting an urgent $35 million wire transfer. The voice was perfect. The transfer was authorized. The money disappeared before the fraud was discovered 18 hours later. Similar incidents now occur at a rate of 200 per month globally, according to the FBI's 2025 cybercrime report. You cannot trust phone calls from family members anymore. When your mother calls asking for emergency funds, you cannot be certain it is actually her. The fundamental assumption that voice equals identity has been shattered. Third, text generation has surpassed expert-level human writing. Medical journals report that approximately 15% of submitted research papers in 2025 show signs of AI generation, and those are only the detectable ones. The Atlantic, The Guardian, and Reuters have documented entirely fabricated scientific studies in peer-reviewed journals, complete with synthetic data and fraudulent citations. One fake oncology study led to 23 hospitals modifying chemotherapy protocols for 3 months before the fraud was exposed. We are transitioning from humans writing fake news to AI systems generating thousands of coordinated fake articles per hour, each customized for specific demographics, distributed across hundreds of synthetic news sites with fabricated journalist profiles. The scale has fundamentally changed the problem. This is industrial-scale reality fabrication. Fourth, image synthesis has achieved photographic perfection. Midjourney version 7, DALL-E 4, and Stable Diffusion 4 produce images that professional photographers cannot distinguish from camera-captured photos. In June 2025, a historical society published what they claimed was a newly discovered photograph of Abraham Lincoln taken 1 week before his assassination. Authentication took 6 weeks and required spectrographic analysis to identify synthetic artifacts invisible to human perception. It was generated in 4 minutes using a consumer-grade AI system. Visual evidence, the foundation of journalism, law enforcement, and judicial proceedings, is losing its evidential status. When everything can be faked perfectly, nothing can be proven visually. These 4 technologies create 5 catastrophic consequences. First, the complete collapse of institutional trust. Pew Research data from mid-2025 shows that trust in news media has fallen to 23% in developed democracies, the lowest since polling began in 1972. Trust in scientific institutions has declined to 34%, and we have not yet crossed the 90% threshold. Second, political manipulation at civilizational scale. Imagine the 2028 US presidential election. 2 days before voting, a perfect deepfake emerges showing a candidate making an explosive statement. Major networks broadcast it. 50 million voters see it before verification proves it's synthetic. In a close election, that margin is decisive. Simulation exercises conducted by the Atlantic Council in 2025 demonstrate that coordinated synthetic media campaigns can shift voter opinion by 8 to 12 percentage points in swing demographics within 72 hours. Third, the weaponization of your identity. A single Instagram video provides sufficient data to create a perfect synthetic replica of you. Someone generates a video of you saying something career-ending and demands payment. Even if you prove it's synthetic, the damage persists. 68% of people in a Stanford 2025 study said they would harbor doubts about someone's character even after synthetic evidence was debunked. Your digital presence becomes a liability. The more video and audio of you exists online, the easier you are to replicate and impersonate. Fourth, the collapse of legal standards. When perfect forgeries are trivial to create, evidence loses its value. Defense attorneys can claim any video is synthetic. Prosecutors cannot rely on surveillance footage. The European Court of Human Rights issued a preliminary opinion in September 2025, suggesting that video evidence may require authentication metadata to be admissible. But 99.8% of existing cameras do not produce authenticated metadata. Between 2026 and 2029, there will be a window where crimes go unprosecuted, because evidence cannot be authenticated. Contracts will be voided because signatures cannot be verified. Fifth, extreme societal polarization. When objective reality becomes unverifiable, people retreat into tribal epistemology. Communities form around shared beliefs rather than shared facts. In October 2025, 2 different synthetic videos of the same protest incident circulated online. One showed peaceful demonstrators attacked by police. The other showed violent protesters assaulting officers. Neither depicted the actual event. 17 million people viewed one version, 14 million viewed the other. 83% of viewers believed the version aligned with their prior political orientation was genuine. This is the future. Multiple incompatible realities, each supported by perfect synthetic evidence, each believed absolutely by its adherents. So what do we do? There are 3 layers of defense: technological solutions, institutional adaptations, and personal cognitive strategies. On the technological layer, the primary solution is cryptographic authentication at point of capture. The Coalition for Content Provenance and Authenticity, C2PA, has developed a standard where cameras embed tamper-evident metadata into files at creation. Adobe, Microsoft, Google, and OpenAI have adopted C2PA standards. Cameras from Sony, Canon, and Nikon, released in 2025 and 2026, include C2PA chipsets. But adoption is not universal. Billions of existing devices lack this capability, and C2PA only confirms a file is unaltered since capture. It does not prove the content is truthful. AI detection systems represent the second approach. Companies like Hive Moderation and Reality Defender develop algorithms that identify synthetic media by detecting statistical anomalies. But this is an arms race. Detection accuracy has fallen from 94% in 2023 to 67% in mid-2025. Institutional adaptations are also developing. The European Union's Digital Services Act requires platforms to label AI-generated content. News organizations like Reuters, Associated Press, and BBC have established digital forensics teams. Response times have decreased from 8 hours in 2023 to 90 minutes in 2025. But speed is the enemy of verification. Social media disseminates content in minutes. By the time verification confirms something is fake, 20 million people have already seen it. This brings us to personal cognitive strategies. These are the most important. Strategy 1. Default to skepticism. In a 90% synthetic environment, assume any content is fabricated unless proven otherwise. Train yourself to pause before reacting emotionally. Ask, what is the source? Is there authentication? Can I verify this independently? Strategy 2. Trace to primary sources. Never trust secondary reporting. Find the original uploader. Verify their identity. Search for corroborating documentation from independent observers. Strategy 3. Cross-reference multiple independent sources. If something significant occurred, multiple independent parties should document it through different formats. Look for photographs from different angles, social media posts from people physically present, official statements, international news agency confirmation. Strategy 4. Learn the limits of debunking. When content is proven synthetic, that does not make the opposite true. A fake video of a politician committing a crime does not prove innocence. It proves that video is fake. Develop comfort with uncertainty. Suspending judgment is valid. Strategy 5. Prioritize authenticatable sources. Consume content from institutions implementing C2PA authentication. Support news organizations with transparent verification processes. Your choices create market pressure for authentication adoption. Strategy 6. Educate your network. Most people still operate under assumptions where videos depict real events. Those assumptions are now false. Share this knowledge constructively. Now let me show you 3 scenarios for how this evolves. Scenario 1 is informational chaos. Authentication standards remain fragmented. Detection systems lose the arms race. Regulations prove unenforceable. The 90% threshold is crossed in mid-2027. Trust in media falls below 15%. Electoral outcomes are disputed. Criminal prosecutions fail. Social cohesion deteriorates as communities fracture into epistemic tribes living in incompatible realities. Trust shifts from evidence to authority, benefiting authoritarian structures. Scenario 2 is authoritarian response. Governments implement draconian content controls. All digital content must be registered with government-approved authentication before publication. This solves authentication through coercion, but destroys privacy, free expression, and independent journalism. China's digital governance model points toward this scenario. Scenario 3 is technological adaptation through market-driven solutions. C2PA becomes industry standard by late 2026. Social platforms prioritize authenticated content. Educational systems integrate synthetic media literacy. AI detection improves through collaborative research. Legal frameworks evolve. Public awareness campaigns succeed. By 2028, 70% of internet users understand verification. Trust shifts to authentication systems. A new equilibrium emerges. This scenario is possible but requires deliberate effort from technology companies, governments, educational institutions, and citizens. The window for coordinating this response is approximately 18 months, until mid-2026. Which scenario will occur depends on decisions being made right now. The trajectory is not yet locked. What is certain is this: the 90% threshold is coming. We are 450 days away. The technologies are deployed, the adoption curves are exponential. Reversing this is impossible. Managing it is still achievable, but the window is closing. Truth is becoming a verb, not a noun. It is no longer something that exists independently. It is something you actively verify through systematic processes. Those who can reliably access truth will have decisive advantages. Start building your verification skills now. Learn C2PA verification tools. Practice cross-referencing sources. Develop skepticism as default. Educate your network. Support authentication infrastructure. We cannot prevent the 90% synthetic world from arriving, but we can determine whether we enter it prepared or blindsided. 450 days remain. Use them wisely.